Welcome, guys, to another edition of KasiLEBS. You are here with your boy Iban. Some people call me Ibu, some call me Josh, some call me Ben, some call me Iben, but it's cool as long as you know how to spell my real name and my nickname and my other nickname. No big thing, no issues. Just fun intended. What did I just say? But guys, today we are interviewing our first business in the Kasi. One of our biggest township capitalists, Chara. Chara's Barber. Walton Cupido. As I've stated in the interview, speak on that. We're gonna be interviewing businesses as well, since they have a T-shirt where they feature multiple businesses on the T-shirt. And yeah, let's hear more about Walton Cupido. We at Chara's Barber. Let's go in and see what Chara is up to. Most probably cutting hair.
My ghetto left him into a star now. I got my old lady complaining. She telling me I'm gonna be a thug now. Lately I feel like I'm a covered. My ghetto shine bright with the stars now.
If the bone reach, then the poor and respect. Shutting it up, moms never do that. The woman told me, man, I don't talk back. Tell me how to cook and I pass that. Money in the bank, gotta get that. I can make him dance, if I'm sick as hell. Yes, I'm the one scoops and fuck as hell. Yes, I got a game for such level. I've been in the trap, local such a pair. I've been in the trap, local such a pair.
Sorry that I grew up in the ghetto. My ghetto left him into a star now. I got my old lady complaining. She telling me I'm gonna be a thug now. Lately I feel like I'm a covered. My ghetto shine bright with the stars now. Music in my blood, making sure I live in my just before I die. Makes me feel lead, I feel like enough. Pass me the mic, I wanna speak my mind and make a good picture for the hours. I told you that I grew up in the ghetto. My ghetto left him into a star now. I got my old lady complaining. She telling me I'm gonna be a thug now. Lately I feel like I'm a cover. With the stars now.
Yeah, guys, we here with Chara, Walton Cupido, in his renovated shop, extended out of his old space into a new space. Walton, how are you doing today?
Hi, I'm good, and you guys? Walton Cupido here, Charles Barber, co-founder of Charles Barber. Nice to be with you guys of KasiLEBS. It's actually a privilege to be in your presence, guys. Thanks, man, for you guys having me.
Yeah, obviously we would have you because you are one of our township capitalists. He is right here, Charles Barber Shop. Chara, moving out from your old space to your new space, how would you say business is going?
Yeah, it's actually very challenging, you know, because how's life? People will tell you that you need to make the step and you need to be fearless, but in the step and in the move, there comes a lot of challenges with the step, and for me, being at home, working from home, was quite relaxing for me because it put me back to my comfort zone. I didn't pay rent. Life was just for me as a bachelor, and with this new space and new move, with all that challenges that came along, in business, actually that challenges, it makes you as a businessman, because if there's no challenge, it's actually gonna put you back to the comfort zone. But with this new move, I've seen a lot of doors opening for me as a businessman in the industry, and I'm fascinated by the move. So yeah, thanks.
He's fascinated by his move. He's inspiring himself. That's what he just said. He's fascinated by his move. Yeah, that's dope.
So guys, we out here with our brother, someone that has been on KasiLEBS, that has been supporting the vision from day one. David, we have him right here. D, you good dog? So you, D, do you have experience on visiting Chara's Barber?
Yeah, 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 definitely. This guy, I can't compare him with other barbers. I think there's a difference between doing something with for money and doing it with love. And this guy, when he cuts you, he's passionate about it. He even dances, he sings to his music, what, all that. So that kind of creates a vibe that you actually want to go there again. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, I really do enjoy it. Yeah.
David, this is something that people want to know. What can you tell us? What type of person is Walton Chara to you?
When I first met him, he was quiet. He was, as most people, they are scared to talk to me at first. But so we as I came, we got into deeper communication, conversations, and all that. And eventually, I started seeing that this guy is actually chilled. He will tell you the truth always. Whether you like it or not. He'll tell you the truth, and I think that's his best quality. That's his best quality. He's honest. He's honest, and I think that honesty contributes to the quality of his cuts as well. So that's the type of person that he actually is.
What drove you to a point to making this decision, coming out from your old space to your new space?
When you get in a comfort zone at home, there's a lot of challenges that comes along with it, like I said. But one of the toughest challenges in the challenging game is your parents. How your parents can actually change towards you. Yet they're the ones that can tell you, nah, you must do some, business from home. It's better to do business from home and to do things here. But at the end of the day, they are the ones that's gonna be your biggest enemy. And that was one of the things I said to myself. If I'm not gonna take that step to get out of home, I'm gonna be stranded in business, and that was actually one challenge I would like to give my mom and father a big hug for challenging me so big and heavy that I needed to move. But I'm glad for that.
Yeah, and I bet you can certainly say that your relationship with your parents now, it's better than it was.
What does the move at first, it was also the past challenges that I face, coming from home, moving opposite. It's like you just moved in the yard, further in the yard. My mom was also one of the biggest challenge with the upbringing of the new barbershop, because she was the one like, how can you do something like that? It's gonna cause a lot of problems with government, a lot of problems with people in high seats. And I said, nah, man, I had just had that courage from God. Just take the step, man. Make the move. I'm with you, And my mother was there and she actually said that, nah, man, leave all this. And just decided, nah, man, let me go with this. If she feels like leave this, then I go with this. Because what I learned in the challenge at home, that it pushed me so far that I got out of hand by disrespecting them, and yet at the same time learning that how a parent work. That there's certain things you're just gonna be vice versa. You need to understand as a child. I will always be a child. You need to learn from your parents, like your Bible instructs you. Despise not your father's instruction. And with that instruction, I learned a lot. Like now, I can't say I'm matured, but I'm walking to maturity, because that's what pushed me to maturity. My father and my mother. Thanks.
I just wanna share this piece what you hear. I just had a conversation with David and Murph today, telling them about Pinocchio, the movie Pinocchio, where his father went to search for him, and his father swam, went into the ocean to look for him, ended up in a whale, and he accepted his situation. He became comfortable. He made a bed. He got light. Was catching fish that was swallowed by the whale. Started to cook the fish. He made home inside the whale until Pinocchio came. Told him, Dad, no man. Not this way, man. Let's go out of here. Let's move. Pinocchio, no. Let's stay here. I made a bed, you can sleep here. It's comfortable here. So, what I take from your move is moving out of comfort, challenging yourself. You might have went against your parents' decision as to stay where you are, Chara. You're gonna have problems where you're going. But Will Smith also said, what might be true for your parents might not be true for you. You see, you have a vision. We grew up in different times where certain elements and things happened in the past that let fear get a hold of the decisions you make. But you grew up in a different time, and those fears are not installed in you. That's why you most probably decided, nah man, I have the courage. As you just said, God gave you that courage as to step up and move out, do your thing. And you're also doing the Lord's work from this space. Tell us more about that.
I was actually questioning myself now speaking, where's the Lord, where's God? Because not one word did go out near him or towards him. So that part plays a very significant role in my growth. You know, it was clear I had two visions, I had two dreams. It was soccer and it was there. You know, and with the growing up of the barber shop, I was in grade 4, 2004. Then I decided, nah man, I'm gonna take the clipper. You know, my father used to always cut my hair, me and my brother's hair, and it was always a challenge for me, man. And I think that's the reason why I also got so big in it, because like I said now, whenever they said no, I was yes. Not on all things, but on certain things where I mean, hey man, this is more business orientated, or this is more spirit orientated, man. This is nothing to do with home things. And that's the thing that made my spirit grow so big, you know. And I decided, you know, my time in the world. Now I'm still in the world. But just me coming to my senses that, you know, that part need to be a part like I do my business. Even though I don't give it my 100, but there must be a part where I feature God on a level where I would have featured any other businessman. So I decided to let the spirit take hold of it, and I prayed earnestly like I used to pray for the barber and for soccer. And I decided, okay, in this area, I'm not so equipped. But like I seen with you blessing me in the barber shop, in the hair game, with soccer, I'm blessed. But I didn't make it on a level where I wanted to make it. But what I got out from it, you see, let me do this with this, because I mean, if this was never there, I would have never made it. So the Lord sent the Spirit to me. The Spirit opened all these vast things, and it came along with a package, and the package was that we need together like a spiritual group.
In this space.
No, in the old space.
Old space.
In the old space. And things grew, and with this group, it's like we in the group, change, what's your prayer request today? Nee, my prayer request is to grow in business. My prayer request is to my mother, different prayer requests. Murph was one of the guys who also prayed for my business, and that side was always a part in my business because, like I said, the day I remember when my first cut was under the window in my yard.
Yeah.
There was no space, nothing.
The
Extension cord, the days we always forget, the big days actually. And that's the day where I saw me cutting David, and I saw that quality haircut. And I was doing a bald haircut. Other youngster in town, he used to live in my street. Just I come here, man, youngster who's always here by me. Kom jy sommer hier, man. Ek wil gou insit. And I saw David and I saw this beautiful cut. You see, the vision was there that time, but a lot of people, even my brother, decided, nah, are you no longer gonna cut my hair? You wasted me very bad. Your days of cutting my hair are finished. And I was like, nah. He said no, so man. Just one Saturday morning, I decided to wake up early. Last dag handeles hare sny. Kom iemand ook toch hare sny? Ek moes gesê gaan nooit my hare sny nie. And I was like crying, crying a lot. Maar hoe kom jullie? Jy sê gaan nie sy hare sny nie, en is nou 'n storie man, want ek wil nou so graag. Daai is my passion wat ek het. And he's like, no, you're not gonna cut my hair anymore. And I was like, nah, you're gonna see you. After a few years, you're gonna make me cut your hair. And so it happened. And that was just all the things in the journey that make me believe that, the spiritual side is actually very big, Follow this, man, and make the best of this. Just don't forget about this. Because, that's what actually a lot of businessmen do. We start in business, and we started with the foundation of the Lord. You see, and the Lord blesses with no harm, no sorrow in it if He bless. So, how the guys actually it goes like, nee, world, and it's no ek, it's not about me. You see, forget about the foundation. So I decided, nee man, I'd rather take the hard way and learn the fundamentals about business and about God. So, me in the journey about learning all those things, I've learned a lot, business-wise and spiritual-wise, because I never left Him along the way, me on this business journey. Because, like I said, if I didn't believe that time telling my brother that one day you're gonna come to me and say, nee, let me please cut your hair, please cut my hair. That's belief for me, because there's the first thing I told him. En nou die dag, wat sê jy? But I cut it him, see. So that just make my faith just more stronger to say, hey man, if I can see the cut story in their private, in my vision, no vision is the art of seeing what's invincible to others. In my vision, me seeing all this, where I'm sitting now, I can also do that time. So I believe, and here we are in it. You see, that's why I say it's actually a privilege and honor to be with you guys, because I never thought that things gonna be for me on this level, taking to the next level by people interviewing me. You see, I always thought it's gonna be me. You see, me. I must do it. I must get people in. I must put myself there, because you know it's hard in business. There's a lot of things I need to manage. You see, like I said, now I must be there now, and you see, but with that spiritual side, there's a lot of help in it. That's all I can say. That's why I can't let go of the spiritual side. Thanks.
Harry maar gepraat hoor. Hulle alles gesê. Interviews klaar te slopen. Seen the hair industry going to a next level. So what has been the upgrades that you had to adapt to since you started up until now?
You know, as a businessman, you always need to check your SWOT analysis. Strengths, weakness, opportunities, threats, you know. And in the business industry of hair and beauty, you know, with hair and beauty, you need to hold up with fashion. What's new in the fashion list? What's all the designers up to? What's all the models up to, you know? And what's the trend for that moment? Anything that's new, you need to follow that. If there's a new cut out that the guys like, you need to follow that, because that's the only thing that's gonna make you as a barber relevant in season and out season, because you keep up with the times, and that's very important in the hair and beauty industry, because people want to look good, people want to feel good, you know, at all times. So if you even just disturb them and disappoint them with that small detail they want, and you feel like, nah, this is not needed, they'll not support you anymore, because they feel like, nah, you outdated. So yeah, you just need to keep up with the times and what's the fashion up to.
When obviously you hear bad criticism from people, you know, and so when you lie in bed at night, do you still believe in that dream, or do you sometimes question yourself?
You know, that's the thing that makes actually a dream, because you know, the things that always play the hardest in your ear, in your mind, is the negative energy. And for you mastering it, and the only way time and way to master it is actually in your quiet times, like in bed, making time for God, your personal space, to be still and know that I'm God. And you laying there knowing that with all the small things that God showed up for me, and showing me that, hey man, this is actually the way. This dream you believing is according to what I desire for and what I want for you. And you know, laying at night with all negative criticism is actually challenging, because for me, as a persistent guy who doesn't easily give up, it's hard, because I've maybe worked 6 weeks to work on your trim, and you tell me, nah, bro, if you don't want to trim. It's challenging, but at the same time, what I've learned about criticism, it's actually the thing that makes you, because that's what I learned with my mother and father, that all this criticism is good for you as a businessman, because criticism, you need to take it as a blessing. Because we had this morning an incident where this other guy bought chips from a friend who's an up and coming businessman, and the chips was cold, and he was like eating it with nam and complaining, nagging on the chips. And I told him, nah, make it simple for yourself and for him. Not criticize in a bad way. Go to him, tell him that the chips is cold and you can't pay for this now, and either gonna give my money back or you're gonna make me fresh chips, because I'm not gonna eat something that's also come from a microwave. Where I could have done it at home. So he took it back and he gave him new chips. Moral of the story is, rather bless the person by criticizing him in a right way and go face the situation in a right way. He can take it the wrong way as long as you have done it the right way. Yes. So with that, all the criticism that I got along the way, some of them I took hard, some of them I actually learned a lot from them. But most importantly, as a businessman, you need to take it as a blessing, not a curse. Because people, excuse me, only criticize valuable things. Because if you don't have value, they're not gonna criticize. Not gonna even look your way. But if they see you in their way, they'll have something to say. So yeah, I took that criticism very positively, and that's what also made my business so strong. So yeah, thanks for that question. Actually, a good question, David. Thanks.
Okay, guys. I wouldn't call this guy my barber. I wouldn't call him a friend. I call him my brother. So I'm actually here with my brother, and he's always my barber that has been supporting me. So what I always been wanting to ask him is that, young kids. We as when we were young, we had a lot of things to do. We had Sipo, God rest his soul, but we had modeling going in our hands. We could do ballroom dancing. These kids nowadays, they don't even Walton, and forgive me, they don't even discover their dreams, and they start turning their dreams and what they have to substance. So I would like to ask you, what can we do in terms of empowering our young kids?
I give thanks, Murph, man. Having you in my midst is always an honor. Thanks, man, King. Good question. You know, me and you, that's always the thing. The talk was always about the empowering of the community. You know, Murph, we always used to share in spirit, you know, more biblical, so on. So yeah, that's more to do with something biblical, you know. And most importantly, it needs money, and money comes from business, a business perspective. So with me, from my point of view, I would like to say that, you know, that's something, like I said, me and Murph had a talk along with regarding the growing of the youth, the growing of the community, the growing of young local businesses. I always asked it and wanted the right things with all the things I'm busy with. And I think I found out the right thing, and the right thing for me was I first need to sweep in front of my yard. First need to do the things with the man in the mirror. And my answer for that was I need to perfect my business area, my business field with a strong foundation. That's why I mentioned the spiritual part and what significant role it plays in my growth. You see, so I've learned a lot from the Muslim religion, that they feel that their foundation need to be built on a religion side. And I decided, yeah, I'm gonna be offside for a minute in the community just to get my back strong and to come with a better, you know, like you guys now busy with. If I come back, I just want to be there in a spiritual side. For instance, you know, my spiritual side's on a level where I want it to be, where it must be. I come back with my spiritual warriors. We just backing you up, guys, on that. If we have our money, we just give you guys, okay, right now, and guys, you guys need this. You guys are active in the community. I think you guys need a more professional mic, a more professional sound system, a more professional, you know, everything that I can help with. You know, if I can maybe bless you guys where you guys are alright, man. You guys can help at least per day 20 children just by doing interviews. You know what? Professionalism brings that out of you. To prepare yourself mentally to say that I'm gonna sit in front of a camera. You need to bring yourself mentally and physically on a level where you say, I'm a think for a moment in that direction. And if I can help a lot of people, actually youngsters in that field, I know that can do a lot of big differences, you know, where youngsters can meet up and do things. For instance, I help kids. I have my 20 kids for a day where I learn them from to cut hair. We have 20 kids at a car wash who's busy washing cars. We have 20 kids here who's busy with a coffee. We have 20 kids busy with you guys who's now actually learning how to adjust the camera, how to adjust the mic. You see, that's a team, you know. At the end of the day, if we go out, we can adjust and help other communities just because we were never shellfish. We need to understand, because shellfish is a character flaw. If I'm going to be shellfish with my prosperity, it's going to be useless. I'm not gonna break my family, but I'm gonna break my community. So that's what I'm actually now busy with in my private space, to get all my things right and in order. So I'm also not gonna do things when I have money, but also to come back even though I don't have, but just to be active as a businessman. Active, whereby to learning how to be active in the sense of being active when it's time to be active. Thanks.
Wanted to know what happened to the old space.
Yes, you know, with the old space, I always thought as a businessman that this space must be authorized with something that can bring business in. And I found it fit to use my girlfriend to take the space in. She's currently busy with nails, and her business is actually on a level where I feel it's very, very good for up and coming business. So yes.
My second question is, like I would always tell the viewers, this is not KasiLEBS of Toekomsrus or like any colored community, but we bringing KasiLEBS to the world so that they can see that, you know what, this is the vision. So right now what we're facing now in the world is that there are vaccines being used. We don't know should we take them or not. There are gender-based violence. Women are scared for their lives. There are human trafficking. So I would like to spread Wilton's view on it. Over to you, Wilton.
You know, with all this vaccines and sickness in the world, it's something actually we need to make peace with, and it's a thing that the Bible actually talked about, and it's actually something personal, you know, but the Spirit guides and the Spirit leads. So I know He'll make a way for us, because He's the way, the truth, and the life. Gender-based violence, you know, also being a culprit of gender-based violence, you know, where I've had 2 incidents with my girlfriend, you know, where things just got out of hand, you know, when, you know, whereby you just out of control and you do something that you actually never thought you're gonna do. Just by even just raising your open hand, it's something you'll regret for the rest of your life. And with that experience, you know that woman is something that can bring the best out of man, and that can bring the devil out of man. And with that, it also doesn't give you a right to lift your hands towards a woman. But I would like to encourage each and every man out here, regardless how she can make you, just take the best decision and make the best decision in life. Just walk away. she'll feel better. That's one being that the Lord say, even the Lord, only the Lord gives gives a woman of understanding. So not all women are understandable. Actually, no women are understandable. So you need to understand a woman, but doing things physical and sort things physical out won't make any difference. It just will make the matter worse, and the spirit towards a woman and gender-based violence. So I think every man needs to get to himself and tell himself that if I'm not fit enough to be in a relationship with a woman, then I need to let go. Or if I don't find any solution, then I'm the problem. So men need to sit down. If they can't find any comfort in women, because that's what women are for. If they can't find any comfort, I think we need to go to our comforter, God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit. So yes, that's my opinion based on gender-based violence and the current disease we're facing in the world.
Just a small quote that I like to quote. I heard this quote on a documentary that I did watch, Chris Brown's documentary. It says that everyone has some tumultuous thing that they're facing in their lives, but the way that you rebound from that is what makes you who you are.
I like to ask people this question, and since you are a businessman, I think this question will be suited for you. Who do you look up to in the Kasi as a businessman, as a talented folk? Anybody? Is there anyone like that inspires you as to becoming a better person, better entrepreneur, even affecting your craft in that sense? Is there anybody?
Yeah, you know, me being in Toekomsrus is actually an honor, you know, because Toekomsrus, I used to say it once on Facebook, that Toekomsrus is a place of artisans, you know, in all different fields where you want a role model, there is a role model. And there's actually a lot of role models where I can start off, people I look up to, you know. Firstly is God. Locally, I would say we have our Lorenzo Marsh, we have Tim Hogans, we have Mr. Oscar Oliphant, we have our Mr. Morris. So you see, that's a lot of men, young old men that they've made it big in our community. People you can look up to, that people that made it for the last couple of 10 years, still up and running. It's not that 5-minute prosperity, but with that, me seeing that people giving their testimonies, people you were in it when they even made it, is for me something to look up to. It's not something you can say, nah, I'm a chela this thing, because that's a disease, you know. So die local proverb sê, moet jy vang tips. Ek dink is maar die beste, ek vang tips, verstaan nie? Because that's actually the way you learn, by learning from someone who made it and catching all that tips and things. It can make you a better person, you know, because you're pursuing to be one of the greatest in the community. You need to learn from the best. To be a leader, you got to be a follower. So I follow these guys and learn from them. So yes, I think they can be called role models.
Thank you, please. And I've actually thought about that, and I had to be honest with myself also. If someone bothers you, really be honest with yourself and ask yourself, what is actually bothering me about this person? And if you can learn from that person, maybe that's the thing that was bothering you. It's the things that the person is doing right. Sometimes just be honest with yourself, guys. I am a Chara's barber, and I have come unprepared looking, but I'm at a barber, so I'm gonna get a haircut. guys, thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the video. I didn't expect this interview to go in a direction that it went in, but I'm actually glad. So please state your views on the statements that Chara made and stuff like that. Just state your views on how you see the points that he brought up. And thanks for tuning in once again, guys. So I just want Murph and David to share with you what they got from the interview, because I personally got a lot of motivation from the video, especially when he talked about the challenges that he faced. And most of the things that he mentioned is what most of us as young men, young ladies go through. So, Murph.
I would just like to add that, you know what, this interview of Walton has really like kept a clear broad of, you know, what we're going through as young people. Like the obstacles we actually facing at home actually can also be a huge stumbling block. Even your parents, let's say if you're pushing something and if your vision is going towards something, your parents even can be against it. So for him, he knew like he had to like get out of his comfort zone. For every young lady, young man that's about to start something, just go out and do it. That's what he did. He went out, he stepped out of his comfort zone and he went and he did it. And as you can see, his barber is a success. People is loving it. People want to be involved in Chara's barber. So guys, take note, go and view, subscribe, keep on spreading the word of KasiLEBS. And remember, KasiLEBS isn't just for us. We're taking KasiLEBS to the world. Tell a friend, and a friend will tell a friend originally. Thank you, blessed.
What I can say about this whole experience is that everyone learns something, you know. Everyone, it's never too late to learn, and from your fellow peers, if I can put it like that. You know, you don't know too much. And what I've learned from Walton is that, you know, he's someone that, even though, you know, he's successful in what he's doing, he's staying humble, and that is the most important thing. That is important, because once you start getting arrogant, it gets to your head, and all that reduces your productivity. So whether it's in cutting hair, whether it's in serving people, whether it's in helping another person without getting payment, for example, that arrogance is a bad thing. So what I liked about him is that he's very humble, and as Murph said, share it, guys. Share the good news, share the talent. Let's go out there and produce the best that we can in whatever field you go in. KasiLEBS, guys, is going viral. Watch out.